Good afternoon. This is Mr. Kowalczyk, and today we are going to go over the Section 1-1 formula and problems for the Section 1-1 worksheet. Today in class, we're really jumping right into business math, and what we're going to talk about is something known as straight time pay. As you can see on the screen in front of you, straight time pay is in a formula. And in order to calculate straight time pay, you have to first know the hourly rate. The hourly rate is how much someone makes per hour at a job. It's their hourly wage, it's their pay. If someone works at Kroger, they're going to get paid per hour. If someone works at Walmart or Finish Line or at a gas station, they're most likely going to get paid per hour, a certain number of dollars per hour. So we need to know the hourly rate. The other item that we need to know is the hours worked. The hours worked. And so how many hours you work in this week, basically. So if you know the hourly rate and the hours worked, you multiply them out, and then you're able to find something known as straight time pay. So let's do problem number 1 together. Rod Williams. He's a blood donor tech. He earns $14 per hour. And that's something to kind of underline here, and I'm going to underline it in green. He earns $14 per hour. Well, last week he worked 37 hours. He worked 37 hours last week, and we're going to underline that in purple. I really think underlining information is important in this class because it helps you to figure out what data, what information, what numbers, what dollar amounts we are working with. And then we can use these different underlined items, plug them into our formula to be able to find our final answer. So, the final question that we read is, what was his straight time pay last week? So, we use this formula. Well, in using this formula, I'm going to set it up. And the very first thing that we're going to write out is his hourly rate. Well, his hourly rate is $14 per hour. Now, as you're seeing this, I hope that when you're doing your work in class that you are showing your work. Why? Well, because I grade you based on showing your work, not just giving me the correct answer. So you're going to get a point for showing your work and a point for giving me the correct answer. So this problem right here would actually be worth 2 points. So as we're setting up the formula and getting back to that, we find that once again his hourly rate is $14 per hour, and we know that he worked 37 hours last week. Well, look at this. We've just set up our problem, and I've actually used the corresponding colors that I used to underline the information so that you can kind of see where I'm getting them. You can see that I got the $14 per hour from the green underline and the 37 hours from the purple underline. Now, in my class, once again, you have to show your work. And if you showed all of this right there, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Now all we have to do is multiply and calculate exactly the correct answer. And as we do this, we get $518. Now, in my class, on all of your worksheets, I give you space to show your work, but then I also give you space to write out the correct answer. And you will be expected to write out the correct answer on that line that is provided. And if you're able to do that, you will get full credit for these problems. So, as you work through the rest of these problems, be aware that sometimes the hourly rate won't be an even dollar amount like $14. It might be $8.50. And the hours worked right here in purple, well, they might not be an even hour amount like 37 hours. They might be 37.5 hours or some other decimal. Regardless, you still show your work, you multiply them out, and you get the final answer.